So today I'm going to start the call off a little bit funny. I want to talk about a flea. I want to talk about a little tiny flea. Okay? Now, fleas can jump vertically about, let's say, I think it's about 10 inches or so. And in human distance, that would be about 250 feet in the air. So fleas have enormous power for their size and body weight. So this flea spends its whole life jumping as high as it can. One day, it gets captured, it gets put in a jar, and it tries to jump like it always has. And guess what happens? Hits the lid, hits its head, hits the lid. So it tries again, keeps trying to jump. It's used to jumping super, super high. It hits the lid, it hits the lid. Then eventually it doesn't want to get hit anymore. So guess what it does? Stops jumping just before the lid, And even that, he doesn't even want to do because he doesn't even want a chance hitting his head anymore. So he kind of just stops jumping altogether. And then one day, this flea gets let out of the jar. He goes and finds a flea wife, and he has a flea family. But he never goes back to jumping as high as he used to. He forgot. And he never tried again. It was ingrained in him so much that there will always be a lid, there will always be a ceiling, that he never tried. Even though if he thought really hard, he could remember he could. If he thought really hard, he could remember what he is and what he was capable of. But because of banging his head again and again and again, he never tried because he didn't want to hit his head again. He didn't know where the next lid would be. And so guess what happened to his children? They didn't know they could jump because they never saw him jump. And so the moral of the story, ladies, there is some type of lid, there's some type of ceiling in your life that you placed there, someone else placed there, something that happened placed there. And now it has trained you into staying below it. You will never break the ceiling. And we have multiple ones in our lives. They're somewhere, hiding or very visible. You know, you don't know, but they're there. And so by not finding these ceilings, finding these lids, challenging these lids, trying anyway, you're not only robbing yourself of reaching your potential, you are robbing everybody who loves you of getting to meet the version of you that's reached your potential, and how much that would positively affect everybody in your life, which is very scary to think about. That's how much power you have. That is how much power you have. And so I challenge you to think today, do you know where those lids have been placed? Do you know where you hold back? Do you know where you don't try for fear of getting hurt, fear of risk, fear of failure? Do you know where you've been hitting your head again and again? Do you know how you've been trained to not try in that area or be brainwashed in this area? Do you know somebody that does that to you constantly? Is it you that does that to yourself constantly? Where are these invisible glass ceilings that you stay just below so you don't bang your head anymore? When all it would take is one really big, hard jump to break through it. That's it. Little uncomfortable, little painful. But once you break through it, it's gone. It never comes back. But the crazy thing is, we don't even know that it's there. And we don't even know that that's possible. So I am here to tell you, if you just keep trying, if you push really hard just once, you can set yourself and your family up for life. By you breaking a belief, you building a goal, reaching a dream, doing things that you never even imagined, by you doing that, you open the gates for everybody else in your life. You give them permission to try things that they never thought of. that people told them they couldn't do. Because good enough is not good enough anymore. Settling is not okay anymore. One of the most heartbreaking things I hear again and again, every time I talk to a new woman, struggling with her weight. I hear, let's say she's 200 pounds. I hear, oh man, I'd love to be 140, but I'd be really happy with 170. Who said that before? Who said something like that before? Everybody, myself included. I still catch myself talking like that sometimes. It is so heartbreaking because what is it? You've just said, oh, this is my dream, but I'm not going to ever reach that. So I'll take this instead. Before you even start a journey, before you even go after the goal you clearly want, but don't believe you can do, you've already told yourself it's not going to happen. And you are doing this in so many areas. It is unbelievable. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. Have you been paying attention to how you do everything? Where have you been put in a jar? What do you think your biggest potential is here? Have you let your mind go there? What is, like, literally, what's the top of the top for you? Think about it. What is the ultimate version of you? And let me tell you, what you just thought of is nowhere even close to what you can do and can be. Do you understand that? Your potential is way bigger than what you think your biggest potential is. How crazy is that? It's hard to even comprehend what I'm telling you. I want you to think the biggest dream possible, shoot for the stars. And now I'm sitting here and telling you, I bet you could even shoot further. Don't shoot for the stars, shoot for the next planet, shoot for the next galaxy. Seriously, expand your mind. Why are you here? To lose some weight? Why did we gain weight? Why do we struggle to lose it? Why do you dislike your body? Why do you care what other people think? Why are other people a bad influence? Why are you a bad influence on yourself? What is going on? Look in the mirror. Like, painfully look in the mirror and figure out what's really missing. Strip it down, ladies. Strip it down. Don't hide from it. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't laugh about it. We're really good at that. We're really good at hiding things with humor. Right? You know, what's one of the jokes is, one of the memes going around is, due to unforeseen circumstances, my summer body is postponed until next year. You ever heard that one? There's tons of memes like that. Tons of little funny memes like that about how we didn't reach our goals, how we like food too much, so we're going to stay overweight. Little funny things like that. Does that help? Does that elevate you? Does that help you find a solution? No. And you know that. And I know that. But there are your lids. There's your jar. Maybe your jar is humor. Maybe it's time to stop laughing about your shortcomings. I'm not saying cry over them. I'm not saying beat yourself up over them. But I'm saying take them serious. Because where are you going to end up? If you stayed just as you are right now, 10 years from now, say what age you're going to be. 10 years from now, where are you going to be? If you didn't change at all, doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck? If nothing changed, if you didn't have extra money in the bank, if you didn't have a stronger relationship with your partner, if you couldn't do more push-ups than you could do now, or more squats, or run a little bit longer, or were a little bit thinner, how atrocious would that be? What did you do for 10 years? You tricked yourself into thinking you were doing things. You were running on a hamster wheel. And I don't want that, you know? I don't want you to wake up one day and be like, "Oh my God, I've been doing the same thing for years. Where has it gotten me?" And now I'm a big believer of it's never too late. I believe that. It is never too late. And it's better late than never. But why wait? Why wait if you don't have to? Why make it to later if you don't have to? It's my dream to help in some way women become like badasses, like boss bitches, pardon my French. Be a badass. Like, be powerful, be independent, stand on your own, be a leader. You can't be a leader by joking about serious things, by selling yourself short. You can't inspire anybody. You can't be an example or a leader if you're just hopping now. If you're just hopping because you've been hit by that lid so many times, when are you going to jump? No more hopping. When are you going to jump? It's scary, painful, uncomfortable. But oh my God, you have no idea. You know how exciting it is when you can say, "I changed"? You know the feeling? You know when it just feels different? You ever get little windows of that? You're like, "This feels different. I feel different. This feels real. This makes sense." When everything clicks. You ever been 100% content right now? In the moment? You ever sat with yourself and just been like, "Wow, I would change nothing." Or "I am on the right path in every way possible." That is, I don't even have the words for it. I don't even have the words for it. It is like everything finally makes sense. It's like finally the weight of the world, you can bear it. This beautiful curse and blessing we call being a human finally makes sense for a second. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Isn't that what you want? You know, when I had all the weight on me, I was living this fantasy life in my head all the time. It was always about when I lost the weight. Literally, I was just waiting. I was just on standby in my life. I was on pause. I would think about the cute, stylish clothes I would want to wear, all the parties I would go to, the people I would meet. I'd go dancing. I'd go take up Spanish class lessons. Like, I had this whole fantasy life. If I could just lose the weight, it would all click in. It would all domino effect. Anybody else think like that? Anybody else still think like that a little bit? If I could just lose those 5 pounds, if I could just get that one workout in, if I could just. Don't fantasize about it. Bring it here. Everything that stays in the future will always be the measuring tool you use for your unhappiness. Listen to that again. Everything that stays in the future that you don't bring to you now will be the very thing that makes you unhappy for the rest of your life. It will be the thing that you always measure. Am I doing it right? Am I happy? Is this enough? Am I worthy? Are my goals being hit? And if that thing hasn't become in the present, or you're not taking action steps to truly believe it will become in the present, you will always be empty and unsatisfied. And guess what that leads to? Food. Food when we're emotional. Food when we're stressed. Food when we're tired. Food when we're bored. Food when we're happy. Food becomes an emotional response for the lack of emotion and excitement in your life. Whew, that hurts. There's more to life than that. If food excites you, still excites me. I have to catch myself. I have to breathe. I have to comment. I have to change my words. There's more to life. You're worth more. You can be doing more. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. We're all ending up in the same place. You know, we're all going to end up in the ground. We're all just waiting until we do. What are you going to do while you're waiting? What are you going to do while you're waiting? There's only two options. Don't do much or try to do everything. One of them's really uncomfortable, one of them's painful, but guess what? So is the other one. You choose your pain. You choose your discomfort. What discomfort and pain did you choose waking up today? Did you choose the discomfort of pain of working out after work, even though you were tired? Or did you choose the discomfort of pain of sitting on the TV because you were too tired? Both of those mentally drain you. Both of those physically hurt you. But you chose. So if they both have the same response, why would it be so hard to choose the right one? And so I'll leave you with that, ladies. I will leave you with, there are lids in your life. I am releasing you from your jar. I am releasing you. Go jump again. Go jump. There's no more lids. There's no more lids. They can go away like that. Really and truly. Expand your mind. Be aggressive. Take life by the horns. No more good enough. No more settling. What is your goal? What is your next goal? Not the one you'd be happy with, the one you are going to go after. Not the one you think is realistic and doable, the one that would change your life. That is what this is about. If you want to be a woman who's sexy and confident and fit and a leader and powerful and has influence and is happy, like everybody says we all should be happy, if that's what our goal is, which is uncommon, can we agree? I wouldn't say happiness is very common. I wouldn't say confidence is very common. I wouldn't say being a good leader is very common also. So if you want to be uncommon, you can't hang around common people. You can't think like common people. You can't listen to common people. You have to do uncommon things and work uncommonly hard. That is the reality of what is between you and your goal, you and your dream, you and your potential. It is doing the uncommon. I'm getting chills. What have you done today that is uncommon from Jackie or Joe or Mary or Susan or Catherine? What have you done today that most people wouldn't dare do, wouldn't get off the couch to do, would make a joke about and trick themselves into thinking it was okay to skip? That's where your head should be tonight. That is where your head should be tomorrow. And take those words, sit with them. I've taken your lids off. Where are you going to jump now?